everyone. We are here with Jeff and Patrice, and I am so excited for you guys to hear their story. They live in New Jersey and bought their very first rental property all the way in Ohio. So why don't you guys tell us? I mean, obviously, I know everything you're going to say, but everyone watching doesn't. So just pretend I don't know. Um, Tell everyone about yourselves, what you guys do for work, where you live, and let's get started with kind of where you were on your investing journey before you joined Success with Rental Properties.
Okay. So I am a professional organizer, but we have multiple businesses aside from that. Aside from the rental property, we also have an ATM business. But so yeah, we're just growing. Well, yeah.
And I work at a law firm. Before we came to your program, we actually had been looking to get into real estate investing for quite a while.
Since 2018?
Yeah.
Since
2019.
2019.
2019.
Yeah, since 2019.
And with the pandemic, things going on, we did put it on hold a little bit, but when we decided to start back up,
It was just not clicking.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, we've done this long enough. Now we need some help.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things were you guys stuck on that you're like, oh, shoot, I probably should get some help? What were some things that maybe were kind of hard for you guys at first?
I was afraid of numbers. So I was like, we had asked a couple of investor friends, but once other people are excited, but they're not really good at teaching. So they'll like give you a template and give you a 3-hour conversation, and you're left with the last word that was said. At least that is what happened with me.
Yeah, for me, I mean, at the time, I probably wasn't thinking this, but I guess in hindsight, I think what I was stuck on, or like the sort of key to it, what I got out of the program was like accountability, having somebody that's checking in on us, checking to see if we're stuck on anything that week, or what's the problem, what's going on, how can I help? That was like the thing I was struggling with that I didn't know I was struggling with.
Yeah. And I love that it was step by step with this program, because we questioned each other a lot where, okay, we're at this step, but I think we skipped a step. So I'm not sure. And there's no one to ask to be sure of what step to go in. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
me
guys
being
did really
organized,
good.
I need my steps.
You guys are really good. We'll talk about your property in a second, which is one of my favorite ones. We all know why. So let's talk about kind of, I know usually people are really stuck on finding a market and just kind of solidifying like where you're going to invest. Was that a problem for you guys, or did you know right away it's going to be Ohio?
Well, no, we didn't. At first, we originally wanted to look in New Jersey. We originally lived in New York, and then we thought, okay, let's look in New Jersey. The prices are lower. But after seeing the prices here and then seeing like videos online and what other investors are doing, they're looking at properties that's under 100K. So that's we knew that okay, we need to do what they're doing.
Mhm.
So we asked around and we narrowed down our option, and we narrowed down to Ohio, right?
Yeah, I mean, and following the steps in your course too, to
Yeah.
to narrow it down to Ohio.
Yeah, all the way down to the zip code,
Hmm.
which that was really good too.
So let's talk about your rental. So tell us all about it. Tell us the numbers and all the things that the seller agreed to at the end, which I'm still blown away that they agreed to all that. So I know we were talking about this earlier, and I'm like, all of that. OMG. So you'll have to tell everybody. But anyways, tell us about your property, what you bought it for, and condition that it was in, what the seller did to fix it up for you, and your possible cash flow once it gets rented.
Yes. So we had so the property was online was on sale for $65K. And huh, I know you you actually was telling us, okay, these are our buy box of what we should look for in a property. And I thought to just, take, I saw this listing, the price looked right, but there was no pictures.
No
And
interior
no
photos.
interior
It was
photos.
just the
Yeah.
exterior.
But I really couldn't say no to the price. So I thought, why not? Let's just go and see what happened. We actually was able to use the calculator, how you taught us to calculate the numbers, and the numbers were right. So we sent it to our agent, and he was able to go in the property and take some videos and pictures and sent it to us. And everything at first looked great. So I thought, okay, cool. Let's move forward and put in an offer. And after speaking with you and getting some tips, we thought, okay, you know what? We really need to stay within getting that 2%. So the what do you call it? The seller actually provided two options for us, either 60K without the 2%, or 61 with the 2% or so. So of course we went with the 60 with the 2%. And then once we went ahead and asked for the guy that goes in there, inspector. We signed up for an inspection. And that's when we found out, once we got our report back, that not only were some issues, there was a list of issues wrong with the property, the roof itself needed some work.
Yeah.
And that kind of
the roof needed to be totally replaced.
Yeah.
Not just somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It needed a brand new roof. The roof was in very, very poor condition.
Yes. And we spoke to our agent and asked him, hey, why didn't you point this out? Because this is something he caught in, previous properties we looked at. And his response was, oh, well, I can't, unless I climbed up onto the roof, there was no way of knowing. Okay.
Unfortunately, the inspector caught it.
Yeah. From just looking out the second level window. But okay. So we was quite upset, and wanted to just, walk away like completely. But instead we thought, let's just, what's the worst can happen? We could just ask him. The quicker we get to our no, the quicker we could get out of there. So let's put together a list of things that we got from our inspection report of what we need, especially the big ticket items.
Yeah.
Including the roof.
If we're going to ask for something, let's just ask for everything.
Everything.
Let's get him to fix everything so it's rent ready. Might as well.
Exactly. Because the goal, after, what we were taught in the program is, we didn't have the budget to fix anything. That was our goal, at least for this property. So we sent it to our agent, who sent it to the seller. So we're just waiting on his response. And surprisingly, he came back saying, okay. And I thought it was a typo when I saw that text.
Like they said, what?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
because it was already priced so low and everything on top of it. Yeah.
So yeah, we got on a call with the agent just to be sure that it wasn't a typo. He confirmed it, and they went along with it. They start making the repairs, but of course, the process. It was a waiting game. Now we gotta wait for that with all the repairs need to be fixed. And I got I don't know, this pain in my stomach, like, oh, the other shoe gonna drop soon. It's too good to be true. And when it came time to okay, this is our date to close and move forward, the seller needed to push it back because he wasn't ready. The property was still being fixed up. So that happened twice. We thought, okay, this is the last time. And I think you even told us we should have it in writing. So that's always really good, is have it in writing. Every time when we wanted to push back our closing date, we had it in writing. So he didn't have no problem in putting that in writing.
Mhm.
And then we had gotten the receipts. Once everything was fixed, we got everything in receipts. But then noticed that the receipts wasn't really from companies. It looked like it was like in-house done. I guess he had a team of people that made the repairs.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, well, with your help hey, let's just call up a couple of contractors to
Mhm.
go look at the property and just to be sure that these repairs, are done. So we had gotten a roofer and then we had gotten a contractor,
Just a
just
general
a general
contractor
contractor, and they
to go out
both
and take a look.
went out, took pictures, and confirmed that the repairs were indeed all fixed and done.
My God.
So
How how much do you estimate the seller did on repairs?
Oh, I think because it was in-house,
I mean, yeah, looking at the receipts, he definitely sort of like got a deal by having his own guy do it.
Yeah.
Um, like probably
well,
$5,000-6,000.
yeah, it was definitely under 10. We thought the roof alone would be like anywhere between 10 to 15 by itself. But he definitely had gotten a deal,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah. But think about it, if you would have had to do, let's say you bought the house and agreed to do the work yourself, it would have been 10 to 15 to get all that done
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because they waterproofed
So-
the basement.
They
They
waterproofed the
yes.
basement. They did the roof. Yeah, you asked us to list. We didn't list it.
Oh, sorry.
He did the roof, new gutters. He fixed some like flashing around the chimneys and
And the stove, the
and he
piping
fixed the
around the stove.
stove. He waterproofed the basement. He treated for insects.
And then there was
He
the
fixed a
window.
window that was broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long list. He
a
fixed a
lot.
retaining wall.
Yes.
He fixed the eaves were sort of deteriorating, needed to be fixed up.
Yeah.
Probably a couple more that I can't remember. It was
Yeah.
a long list.
A lot. And so, like I asked you guys before we hit record, how much out of pocket afterwards did you guys put into the house once you closed?
0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
we
guys
didn't
believe
pay
that?
anything.
We found a property. Our property manager looked at it and he said,
It was-
"Yeah, well, clean it, maybe run a vacuum, and it's good to go." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's on the
we didn't have
market
to
for
do
rent
anything.
now at $975. So what do you guys think you will cash flow at once it's rented?
After our pity payment and property management, it's
Yeah,
going to be
gross cash flow.
just over $400.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. On a $61,000 house that's done with a
Mhm.
brand new roof.
Yes.
I know, I was still glowing for you guys. I love it. So do you guys think, here's some fun question. Do you guys think that you would have gotten your first rental property like this if you hadn't joined the program?
Oh no.
No.
No. I just had a baby and I was going back to work. There was so much stuff going on. And it's that accountability, what he said, that
Yeah.
really kept us on track. Yeah. So
Would you
Because like
guys
remember we'd been at this on and off for like 4 years, 3.5 years or
Yeah.
something when we found you, and then from
I-
all that time of us on our own, and then with you, it was like less than 6 months or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
would you
It
guys
was.
say that your investment in the program was worth it?
Oh
Yes.
yes. 10 times over.
Yes.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
People always want to know, well, is it worth it? So I try and ask sometimes. I know.
Yes, it
If you
was.
said no, then I'm like, okay, we're not going to release this testimonial. No, just kidding.
Oh boy.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. I probably wouldn't. Let's see what other questions. What are you guys going to do from here? So you've got your first rental property. What are your next steps? What are you thinking your next, investment is going to be?
Well, after picking your brain, we learned some new terms and new markets that we'd um haven't heard before. Our goal is to get the next property within the next year. As far as the market go, I think that either within like continue on with long term since we had the materials and the knowledge and experience now, or at least midterm
Midterm, yeah.
rentals.
Mhm.
That's definitely something I would love to learn more about.